So yeah, this is basically a game which I think came out about 15 years ago, and I completed it at the time. But I actually saw this pop up the other day in the Zodiac age, as the PS4 equivalent of a few minor changes, nothing much. And I just thought, Jesus Christ, I have to play this. And there's a lot of kind of hidden stuff that I didn't do in my PS2 playthrough, what would be 15 years ago. So I'm going to give it another go, and I'm really excited to do so, if I'm being honest. And just thinking about it, and just, I never got the Zodiac Spear for a kick-off, so I'm going to be trying to do that. And just playing through what was like complete. I mean, look, it's another Final Fantasy, but it's nothing like Final Fantasy X in terms of storyline. But nevertheless, probably just as good. So the plan is really, I guess, to obviously play through. I am going to get myself a bit overpowered at the beginning because I want to defeat the Gammon at the Lusu mines. And really just enjoy playing the game and trying to get a lot of the hidden secrets that I can. So, without further ado, I'm just going to get the game started. Like, you know, this is for me, this playthrough, but nevertheless, it's always good to record your progress. And look, if anyone does take the time to actually watch it, then first off, thank you. But secondly, yeah, I hope it's the watch through is as enjoyable as mine. It is a long game, that's one thing I will say. So I guess the one sort of caveat I will give is that I will try my best to play this in sections, and particularly as I get through, like, initially you're going to get tutorials and tell you how to do this and how to do that, but once it gets into sort of like sections of the game, what could really be considered chapters, I'll divide it up a bit better. For now, let's just enjoy the kind of the intro, the tutorial, and what will eventually be, hopefully, a really enjoyable playthrough. I dread to think the number of parts this will be. But the plan is, like I say, to take it as far as I can in terms of the amount of parts we get. And the amount of trying to get, you know, like I say, the Zodiac Spear and some of the really strong weapons, which isn't available just from like an item shop. You know, you have to defeat certain dungeons, and so yeah, just really excited, really excited to be playing this. So let's just go, shall we? Right, so vibration function we will have on, the screen shape we might as well have on as well. I think you can turn this off anyway. Subtitles, put them on as well. Camera, X and Y, language, right, music, what was that? Right, let's go with that. Even just that fly, it sounds daft, even just that fly. That would be Rabanasta. Kingdom of Dalmasca, sorry. Year 704. The Royal City of Rabanasta, sorry, that wasn't it. And I believe, if I remember right, what you see first is a marriage of convenience between Lady Ash and... I've forgotten his name. Yeah, look at the movies. I mean, not even now, the graphics are really good. I think this is the first film. He was a baby face. I can't remember his name. Wrestler? Is it Wrestler? But then I'll show you up an album. He becomes a playable character. He looks so young.
In the name of the Father, and in the presence of these holy relics, I hereby pronounce you man and wife from this time forth. May the blessings of the gods light your path for all eternity. Far on.
Launch an attack by both land and air, our kingdom will stand little...
Nabudis has fallen.
Impossible!
My father? I know not. I am sorry.
If Nabudis has indeed fallen, it is only a matter of time before they reach the borders of Dalmasca. There is
So
nothing
it looks like you're
to
looking
halt
at
their
a war
advance.
between Arcadia
Secure Nalbina with all haste.
I will go.
and Nalbina again.
And I will go at his side.
Galtea, stand watch over your life.
That I be considered worthy.
I wonder if that's a playable sword in the game.
Fortress is lost! We must withdraw! No! The paling still stands!
Shield beyond sight, ne'er failing light.
The paling's fallen! Then it's over! For my father. For my father! Lord Rasler!
Nice back.
Blessings of the Great Father descend, and guide your bodies return to the earth.
One
Great
dead
Father,
wrestler.
guide your spirits return to the Mother of all. There you shall find peace. Pharaoh.
All right, very good.
The death of Laheos Nabradia was but one of many tragedies to befall the kingdom of Dalmasca. The air of hope that had surrounded Her Royal Highness Princess Asha's wedding was now quite lost. Dalmasca had been set adrift at the mercy of history's restless tides. At this time, two great empires struggled for dominion over Ivalice. Arcadia in the east, Rosaria the west. The invasion of the Kingdom of Nabradia was Arcadia's first step in its westward march. With Lord Rasla's beloved homeland consumed by the hellfires of war, it seemed clear that Arcadia would soon mete out a like fate to Dalmasca. The fall of the fortress at Nalbina told the destruction of the greater part of Dalmasca's forces. A counterattack was mounted by the order of the Knights of Dalmasca, ever brave and faithful. But against the martial might of the Arcadian armies, they stood little chance of victory. Indeed, their defeat was to be absolute. Soon thereafter, Arcadia came forward, offering terms of peace, or, as one might rather put it, terms of Dalmasca's surrender. Lord Ramenas, King of Dalmasca, and my dear friend, had no choice but to accept these terms. It was, thus, only with reluctance that he set out for Nalbina Fortress, now under Arcadian occupation, to affix his seal to the Emperor's Treaty of Peace. The king had scarce departed his royal city of Rabanasta when the remnants of the Order made their return, and not a moment too soon, for a terrible revelation awaited them. The treaty would be signed with steel and writ in royal blood.
You there, can you hear me?
You there? Can you hear me?
I know it too well.
It's as I feared. They're slowing us down.
Do not say that. Not all of us are here for love of battle. He fights to defend his homeland. Your name?
Rex, sir. My name's Rex.
Good. Rex. You bore a few cuts, but you are still whole. Well, can you stand? Think you can fight?
I'm fine, sir.
How old are you, Rex?
17, sir.
Young. Family?
My brother is all I have left, sir. He's 2 years younger than I, living in Rabanastre.
So young. You're barely old enough to be a man. You shouldn't be forced to wield a sword.
No, sir. I want to fight. For my homeland. And for my parents.
It's time, Bosch. Save the discussion for later. We must reach the king before they act, or all our efforts will be in vain.
I'm aware of the situation.
We found them! Over there!
Bosler, go ahead. I will handle this rabble.
Right, so here's a battle tutorial.
Godspeed.
Okay, maybe not.
Steady, Rex. Keep your wits about you and you'll make it.
We move!
We move. Right. You must always be mindful of your surroundings. Use the right stick to look around. Use the way to spot Imperials. Go and give it a try. Right, so this is how we change our view. That's good. Use the left stick to move. Tilt tightly to right. Right, okay. You can make this kind of stand before me. Right, so before I do, let's just have a little look around. Yeah. I don't know what that's really supposed to be, but there's nothing really to see or view, apart from to maybe get up to Bash, talk to him. Talk icon. So, let's talk to this maiden. Nothing's to look for, just do what you can, try to say the hero stories for your brother once you're back in Aston, life dungeon, fortress through this gate, we must go. Very good. Okay. Yeah, and you can do that. So yeah, the tutorial was pretty handy. So it's just me. Inventory. Apparently I got Cure and Thunder. It's obviously going to be really basic, isn't it?
Captain? Can't work out if I'm doing 40 or 99. It's the 40 to be honest. And then 26 down. Yeah, it says 93 down. I've got a feeling they'll be stronger. I don't know who to That's a quickening. I didn't realise you could get that.
Antlion, this is Sunbury. My engines are hit. She'll not hold much longer.
We receive you, Tomberry. You've leave to retire. Well fought.
My thanks, Antlion. Tonberry disengaging.
Okay. attack? It's doing sort of 40 odd. No, so you can't flee. There's no simple way through the fortress, the mini-map. In the top right screen may be enough. Should you lose your way, consult your location map by clicking the touchpad button. Oh, sick, okay. Right. So touchpad's right. That, I saw this, that's handy. I think as well, is there like an L1 or something that will speed you up?
Vossler! Where are you?
What if Captain Oculus has fallen?
Don't talk such nonsense. Vossler's laughed in the face of death far too many times for him to stop now. Men like him don't die in places like this. We must make haste to reach the king. We will take him to safety.
Is His Majesty unharmed?
He'll agree to an unconditional surrender. They wouldn't dare touch him until the wax on his seal is dry.
But if we arrive after he signed the treaty...
Wait. Quickly, Rex!
I mean, to be honest, even if there is anything to pick up around here, it's not going to be like valuable, is it? It's not going to be some massive... Is there one? Yeah, see, look, if you press R1, you can speed the game up a bit. Right, okay, I'm just cutting way through. Yeah, I mean, for the sake of the... How do I, oh, there you go, and then L1. Okay. So you can speed it up, and you can slow it back down as well, which is handy. It's too early to learn about gambits and stuff like that. It does feel like, and it probably is. Right, so R1 speeds it up once. Does it speed it up twice? No, L1 removes it. Well, that's really bizarre. It doesn't always seem to be the same button that does the speed up thing. But anyway, look, this is just a tutorial, so let's not get too bogged down with trying to speed it up and fight everything in your path and level up and all that business. And it's just not worth it. You know. Right. So between there is where we've got to go. And I mean, look, what, is there going to be a potion around here or something? These guys that are helping are actually quite strong as well, but they're... Oh, hello. A potion, there you go. So I think, is it L1 that speeds it up? And... Okay, that's right. Anything around here? Save crystal? Right, let's save, because it also heals, as I recall. Good. But the memories this brings back is ridiculous.
Intruders! Don't let them escape!
Sir, we have little time. You must go to the king. I'll handle these.
Oh,
Fight well.
Rex is getting a little bit brave. Imperial Swordsman B. Oh, is that a combo? Good lads. Right, one remaining. You ready? See if I can get in behind him. Fight well, Rex. Good lads. Right, let's crack on. Now, I'm a little bit worried about what we're going to see here. Well, obviously I know what we're about to see. But I remember being confused at the time, like when I was younger, but that might have just been me when I was younger. So you see... What you see... So all of your allies have been slain by the looks of things. And
Your Majesty,
basically.
Captain, why? Our king, what have you done?
And what appears to be Boss.
The king intended all along to sell Damascus to the Empire. His Majesty was a traitor.
Captain,
Seize the insurgent. Hello!
Well, so much for peaceful negotiations.
We'll never surrender to you. We are not cattle to be sold by a traitor king.
But the war is over, my dear Captain. You have lost. Dalmasca is the property of the Empire now. And to think, we intended to let you keep some of your sovereignty, out of respect. But now you've gone and ruined that. Haven't you, Captain?
We will never bow to you.
And the people of Dalmasca will hate you for it.
And Lord Vane.
Take the captain away.
Off you go.
Vane Philidor. Trophy earned for the homeland.
Vaughn.
Pretenses of peace left by the wayside, the Arcadian forces resumed their advance toward Rabanasta. Dalmasca's doom had been decided. To make resistance would serve no end. With this foremost in my thoughts, I to the people of Dalmasca. Sons and daughters of Dalmasca, I bid you lay down your arms. Raise songs of prayer in their stead. Prayer for His Majesty King Raminas, ever merciful, a man devoted wholly to peace. Prayer, too, for the noble Princess Ash, who, wrought with grief at her kingdom's defeat, has taken her own life. Know also that Captain Bosch von Ronsenberg, for incitement of sedition and the assassination of His Royal Majesty King Raminas, has been found guilty of high treason and put to his death. They who at this late hour choose still the sword are cut of the same cloth as the captain. Traitors who would lead Dalmasca to her ruin. Dalmasca's surrender without terms was soon to follow.
So I assume this to be the Garum Smythe waterway.
Vaughn! Hurry it up or they'll find us!
I know. Just a little more. You keep an eye out for me up there, Kites. 1, 2, 3 more. All right. Time to clean house.
Right, before I kill the last one, let's just see if there's anything around to it. I like to be thorough. Oh, there you go. Oh, hello. Yeah. Central waterway control. The door is securely closed. This is the Garum Smythe waterway, without a doubt. That's... But there are no potions about. Not that it really matters, but I'd like to know. Alright. You want some, do you? I'll give it ya.
Wow, Vaughn! You got him all yourself? Guess I know who to call when something big comes along.
Hey, it's good practice for the desert. I'm ready for anything now. That's enough for today. You should get back to Miguel's place, Kites. Aren't you running errands for him?
Oops. Totally forgot. You should come, Vaughn. He's busy today. Might have some work for you to do, too.
I've got other, work to do. Hey, lock this place up for me, will you? If Miguel finds out we've been down here, he'll tan our hides.
Fair enough. It's got to be at the bazaar area.
Huh? What'd you say?
Sir, you haven't paid, and I... What? Haven't paid? On second thought, please, sir, take it. It's a gift.
Leave the poor sod be. We don't want trouble today.
Your luck, peddler.
Oops, sorry.
Watch where you're going, churl.
What? My pouch! It's gone!
The boy!
Get out the way! Oh!
Reminds me of that old show Maid Marian with who did it have? Oh, Stinker was the character's name.
What?
Tony Robinson in. They had two guards that were
Hey,
sick.
that's mine.
What do you mean, yours? You've been stealing again. What happens if they catch you? We need you to be there for us, Vaughn. You're no good to anyone if you're locked away in a dungeon.
Oh, what? Am I the leader now? We're orphans. The first thing you learn is you gotta watch out for yourself. Come on, Pinello. You know it as well as I do. Hey, you give that back. What do you think you're doing?
I thought that this money was the people of Dalmasca's property. The Imperials stole it from us, so it's only fair that we take it back. It's our duty as Dalmascans. Well, wasn't that what you said?
Yeah, but I never said anything about taking it back from me.
This is for that bread you took the other day. Just because I help Miguelo out every now and then, it doesn't mean that you get to eat for free too, you know.
I know that. You think I like living like this? One of these days, I'll fly an airship of my own. I'll be a sky pirate, free to go where I will.
Well, be careful. You'll never fly anything if you're rotting in a dungeon. Oh, Miguelo had some errands that need doing. He wanted you to drop by his place. It might be a good idea to lend a hand.
Okay. The location map often bears a mark showing your destination. Right. So the fact that he sort of came running out of here, I still think he came from the bazaar. Oh, okay. Can't really explore right now. It's probably a little bit. Hello. Right, so rather than mess about with it, where do you want me going? Miguelo's place, wasn't it? I remember him having a really nasal voice.
Ah, Vaughn, I was waiting.
Pinello said you needed something?
Had me some packages supposed to be arriving by courier. In the morning, perhaps he ran into some trouble on the desert. Now I've no foodstuffs to prepare for the banquet tonight.
So you want me to find this courier? Hey, no problem.
No problem. The desert teems with trouble. I'd be sending you to early grave, my boy. No, I've arranged for some replacement goods from Tomage over at the Sandsea.
So you want me to go to the tavern to pick him up?
Actually, I asked Kites to do that. Wouldn't you know he's gone missing on me, too? I can't leave my shop and I've Pinello on another chore at the moment, you see. What I want you to do is run over to the Sandsea and fetch Kites back. What do you say?
Sounds wild.
It's easy work, and you'll thank me for it someday.
That's a really useful map. takes a bit of getting used to. Is that the same scene?
There you are, Kites. Stop loafing around.
Look, Vaughn, look! This is it! This is why Miguelo's courier didn't get here on time.
A creature spotted in the Ester Sand. What is that thing?
Ah, Vaughn. Miguelo sent you too, did he? He's a busy man these days, that Miguelo, if I dare say so myself. I don't envy him the work, though. Not a bit. Quite the affair throwing a banquet to welcome the Imperials, eh?
Welcoming? We should be... whatever. Say, Tomaj, what's this?
Nah, don't remind me. Got some nastiness out there in the Ester Sand. What's stopping our couriers? And that means shortages all around. Thought I'd put up a bill, offer a reward to anyone who can knock that nasty back in its place.
Now that's work. Sounds 10 times better than running errands for Miguelo.
That's right. Vaughn, you should give it a shot.
And you should be getting back to Miguelo. Now, Kites. He was waiting for you.
Oh, right.
Okay, here's the bill. Do you want to hear all the details? Yeah. Stop acceptance. Can't just take it. You go running when you set on the bounty. You've got to talk to the person who posted the bill, the petitioner first. Let them know you're going on the hunt. Just take this raid to Alta Bill Hotel. Okay. Once your agreement's in place, the petitioner will tell you how to find the mark. Then you hunt it, report back, and claim the bounty. Oh, and I'll have something to help keep track of the hunts. A clan primer. Use it to refresh your memory of the hunts you've accepted. Thank you. Go ahead, take this while you're at it. Just at something to commemorate the first hunt. Okay. Looks like you can't even equip that yet. Okay, so this is the license tutorial. Right. I'd say you're ready to hunt that mark for me. Writ of transit. Right, okay, I think the writ of transit is actually right. So I've spoken to the petitioner in this case then. Okay. Once you choose an license board, you won't be able to. Right, okay, so licenses. In order to weapons and armor, you must obtain the proper license. Learn licenses in school. You must choose a license board in order to obtain. There are 12 boards, each defined to develop a character unique abilities. Once you enter the clan hall, you can change boards there. I didn't think you could once you've chosen. Right, so I've gone through this at great detail. Done a lot of research on this, and it's really hard to sort of work out because you actually end up having 2 per character, which in itself is fine. But I am denied. There's basically one character that's going to have a bit of a raw deal, and I think it's going to end up being Balthea. What I've tried to do, because I've written all this down on how I want to do this, and it could be a complete train wreck, but what I'm going to try and do is first off go for the characters from the original playthrough all had like their own sort of go-to weapons. So every single one of these characters I'm going to try and make authentic as possible. So for instance, Varn, you've already seen him sort of run around, but he's a street thief and his sort of thing was a dagger. So the fact that Shakiri, who are nimble and fight with daggers is the first thing that works for him. So I'm actually going to make him a Shikiri to begin with. Penelo, she's always got a spear, so her first thing is going to be an Ulan, because she's got spears. Balthea obviously was the gun, so he's going to start off with the machinist. But it's actually his second, which he's actually going to end up being the White Mage, which sounds a bit daft. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So anyway, we don't have to worry about that too much right now. The one that we have to worry about is the Shikiri for Vance, and that's his choose this license purchase. So now if I go into his licenses, and it was the Orakia armlet, and now of course it means I can equip it. Slightly raises max HP. I take it I don't have anything for the offering again. So. Right, so as I said, we're going to go and hunt the rogue tomato. And I think I can go through this way, can't I?
You there, let's see some papers, boy. No public passage on account of the Lord Consul's parade.
Oh, gee, that's too bad. You see, it just so happens that your provisioner for the fete tonight, he sent me to pick up a few choice morsels for the, Consul's dining pleasure. He wants them quick. I got the writ of transit right here. You see? Signed, Magello. I just hate to see the Consul upset because his food wasn't ready on time. And I sure hate to see him take it out on you.
The Lord Consul is a great man, and not one to take offence in such trifling matters. Move along, boy. Wouldn't do to keep the Consul waiting. Right, gates are closed after this.
Handy. Okay, so I'm going to save just to make sure that I've got my progress in order. I'm going to literally save over the previous one. Van. And then let's defeat this rogue tomato. That is quite handy, that speed up thing, for just when you're sort of having to run errands. This will be your Esther Sand. Jesus. I remember that. And it's obviously quite like your entry level, but nevertheless I am going to try and do this little cat tail. Look at it go. There we go. So I am actually going to do some so this wolf, let's see how strong it is. Probably what we want to do is kill these wolves that are around. Rogue Tomato's just up there. The sink is over there. But I don't want these guys to get involved if we start a fight with this Rogue Tomato. Oh. combo there. That wild Suri. Yeah, you see, we haven't got Libra on yet, have we?
Yeah.
There we go, nice little level up for Barnes, that's alright. Right, let's kill this. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. Cacti's asleep. I've got a feeling that it's passive as well.
Yeah.
33 gil, gee thanks. Right. Rogue Tomato it is then.
Yeah.
He goes running down there, and of course, in actual fact, I've got a steal, have I? So I don't have any, so I might as well just do a potion just to make sure. Barn can steal from Rogue Tomato. Let's try again, shall we? Stole a pebble. Amazing. Got to be dead, yeah.
Galbana lilies? Never thought I'd see him growing out here. This'll make a nice souvenir. Time to call it a day.
That's where you are bang wrong. It's not time to call it a day. It's a handful of Galbana lilies. So that wild Surian, we're not strong enough basically, it's too powerful. So let's have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Cactus fruit, I think they're quite, like at this stage of the game, quite valuable in terms of loot.
Yeah.
With that, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dinosaur thing's passive. It's way too strong for me, so it could be a good thing.
Yeah.
It knows what it's doing, man.
Yeah.
Potions. Get out of the way. I really like this speed up thing. It's going to be really useful when I want to properly grind, but obviously that was just a knockabout. There's some sort of healing crystal in here. Firefly. What is that? Why would you want that? Because they're not... I would have thought there'd be a save crystal here. Oh, mysterious glints. 5 gil. Charming. Okay. To be honest with you, I thought there'd be a save crystal and we'd be able to go. But anyway, I think now's a good time to crack on. I'm not too fussed with the walkouts. It's actually the cactus fruit seems to be quite valuable. No, not in. No. Oh, sorry. I forgot to tell him to attack him. There's me getting all... Right. Last time, we were able to kill this bad boy in one. There we go. And you. It's pretty cruel killing him in their sleep, but... They are... If you get a cactus fruit, I'm sure they sell for a lot of money. Like at this stage of the game, it's a lot of money anyway. You kind of need all the... I mean, in theory, you could keep going backwards and forwards there, couldn't you? Good. They wouldn't let me through, nothing to do now. So they're all up in arms. Oh, kites. Oh, Vaughn, I guess I'm not the only one who got locked out. There's a team to help me about the market going after, and I guess I've got to worry. The two of us have been able to find you. As soon as I stepped out, the gods closed the gates. Things got crazy. I haven't been able to find her since.
Stand back there! Back! This gate's closed until the ceremony's over, do you hear?
Now what?
Open the gate! Alright, out the way.
Wait a second. How come you let these chocobos through the gate and not us?
What of it? This here's a pedigreed parader, boy. Cost tens of thousands of gil, this one did. A prettier price than 100 of you provincials would fetch. Keep your distance. We don't want the chocobos sticking a peasant.
What'd you say?
Step aside. Right then, move them in.
Well,
Oh, what? The flowers, man.
That does it.
Oh, a fine chocobo you have there. Yes, cedar down stock, if I'm not mistaken. Change the soil, change the chocobo, am I right? Yes, different soil means different bouquet, too. Take a Dalmascan Barrow's wine, eh? It may lack the flavor and depth of some of your Arcadian wines, but it has a certain strength of character. It's not bad, really, once you get used to it. Care for some, sirs? There's more than enough for all to cool their throats, of course.
You let these carts through and closest gate is ordered. My mail's choked with this sand.
Don't give me a scare like that. You're lucky that ended where it did.
Right. Now's our chance to go through.
The ceremony will be starting soon. I'd best be hurrying.
Okay, well... Vaughn, wait! What is it? Vaughn!
We will have order. I give you your new consul, His Imperial Highness Lord Vane Solidor, Commandant of the Arcadian Empire's Western Arm... Your Excellency.
People of Rabanastre, is it with hatred you look upon your consul? With hatred you look upon the Empire?
Spit on your empire! Go back to Arcadia!
There was little point in asking. But know this, I harbor no idle hopes of frustrating that hatred. Nor shall I ask your fealty. That is the due of your fallen king, and rightly so. King Ramanas loved his people, strove to bring you peace. His was a rule worthy of your devotion. Even now, he remains among you, protecting you. His ardor for the peace and weal of Dalmasca falters not. I would ask only that you do your king honor. Together let us embrace the peace His Majesty would surely desire. 2 years now divide us from war's bitter end, yet still its shadow looms over all, stifling the infant peace a pall only you may cast off. Achieve but this one thing, and your hatred of me and of the Empire will grieve me not. I will stand fast. I will endure your hatred, suffer your slings and arrows. I will defend Dalmasca. Here I will pay my debt. I swear it now. Though King Ramanas and Lady Ash be gone, they stand ever at the side of their people. In honoring peace, you do honor to their memory and to Dalmasca. What I ask plain. My hopes now rest with you.
Is Rabanasta to your liking, my lord?
It is magnificent. Take this cathedral, for instance. Elegant, yet whimsical in its execution. A stunning example of Galtean architecture. I hope Lord Gramus might one day look upon it himself.
Oh, remember the last one? We're all like this.
The patron of this evening's banquet, may it please your excellency.
I am Miguelo, your highness. It is truly a profound honor to make the acquaintance of our future emperor, highness. The people of Rabanasta join me in welcoming you.
That's enough of highness. Though indeed I am our emperor's son, I am no prince. Arcadia's emperor is freely chosen by her people. I am but an elected official and nothing more.
I meant no disrespect.
Now that I think on it, I would not have you address me as Lord Consul, for that matter.
No?
Henceforth, I am a citizen of Rabanasta. Why don't you call me Vane?
I could not. That would not be right.
You are overly fond of formalities. I've just the remedy for that. Tonight you will join me, and we shall drink until you call me by name.
How can he stand about him like that?
Vaughn, you just do not get it, do you? He's not doing it because he wants to.
Lord Vane never did.
You know what would happen if he didn't.
I know, it's just...
So, what would you do different?
I don't know. Well... I'd do something.
Okay.
Vaughn.
Oh, yeah.
Vaughn, you haven't heard a single word I've said, have you? This place has changed so much. It's like it's not even Rabanasta anymore. Like the Empire is swallowing it whole.
Hey, Penelo, that fete tonight. You think they'll let us in?
Are you crazy? It's in the palace, and we don't have an invitation if you hadn't noticed.
So, how are we getting in?
As if I'd know. Why not ask Miguelo to get you in? Or go see old Dallin in Lowtown? Why the sudden interest, Vaughn?
I told you, I'm going to take back what's ours. Give back to Dalmasca. Come on, what do you think? If I find something, and it fetches a good price, how about I buy you all dinner?
Oh, please. You know as well as I do the first thing you'd buy is an airship. All hail Vaughn, Sky Pirate of Dalmasca. It's got a nice ring to it. Stay out of trouble.
An airship. I don't know. Maybe. But not through Miguelo. Time to pay old Dallin a visit.
They look like bad men. Okay. So, I've still got it on, like, fast forward. So I guess the first thing I want to do is just take a little look around, just reacquaint myself with the place. What's this? That's to Lowtown, that's where I'm going next apparently. That was quite convenient. Isn't there a shop that sells... So that's Gambit's, isn't it? So where is it where you go through? Oh, I'm up here. Let's go down here. Slow it down. So, what's this? Technics? Yeah, see if I can get first aid done. I guess it'll probably end up being a gift, won't it? Libra, so I do have Libra. What's all that about? So I can sell these and get a bit of wedge. Okay. Where's the magic? Let me have a think of this. I'm tempted to buy at least Cure. I don't know if this is something which like another character will turn up. If that's a really and then you've got Technics. You go through, and then this is where you get like weaponry and stuff from here, isn't it? Or is this armor? This is armor, isn't it? I guess this is where now I need to work out what Vaughn would have. So I've got... Oh, is that I don't have enough money for that? Right, okay. Okay. In case anyone's wondering, I'm making a point of talking to these people more than once because they're... There are certain things that you can unlock. Right. So I could afford all of these, but I've got to work out. So leather cap. So what's the strongest? Magic resist 5, defense 5, chrome leathers. So he's got attach. Quick. Light armour is what he's got, and then he's got a dagger as a weapon. Fair enough. On board with that. And then headgear, chromed leathers. So for a kick-off, gain MP. Well, we don't need MP at the moment. Right, so buy headgear. So it looks like the next step up would be that one, because mystic armor looks light armor, heavy armor, and mystic armor. Yeah, it's all light armor. That's the next step up, isn't it? Let's give him light armor. 4 and 4. And we've just done 5 and 5. So it's not much of an upgrade, is it? But I guess depending on what I would have... There's a shield there. Bearing in mind he's got a one-handed dagger at the moment. Shields 1. Where is shields 1 on this? If it's miles away, there's no point. Shields 3. Shields 2. That's bronze and round shields. Shields 4. Am I being really daft? Daggers, light armour. That's shields 2. Where the hell is shields 1? Maybe you can't get shields 1, which would be weird. Essentials. I can only think that shields 1 isn't... But that's really bizarre. Right, shields 2, bronze shield and round shield. Leather shield. Really bizarre. Shield 7. It's like you've got all of the shields except shields 1. Right, let's not lose too much time on it. It's really weird though that you've got shields 2 starting there. Can't even find shield 1. All right, well let's crack on, shall we? Because we've got weapons next as well. So he's got a dagger already, so that's fine. I doubt he can have the broadsword, even if it was one-handed, and I doubt he can do any things. It's just whether or not there's a... It's just daggers now, right? Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Right, okay. So, okay, loads of other stuff to buy. I kind of want to do a little bit more levelling up. I'm wondering if I go to Old Dallin first, because that was the next part of the storyline, isn't it? We were dropped right in front of him. So I think, if I'm right, this takes you to the town. Fidget. Labour. Nice. Oh, Vaughn, did you see the parade? No, are you kidding? No. I never become a sky pirate watching the parades. Gotta keep training. Today we're training to hunt treasure. I'm gonna hide and you're gonna have to find me. I'll be somewhere down in the South Sprawl. Hop to it, mateys. Last one to find me is a buckethead. Weirdly, I've got a feeling I know where he is. Is that old Dallon's place? Let's have a look at this private residence. Okay. So basically keep going straight. Right, so old Darren's place should be around here somewhere.
If it isn't Von Ratsbane. Come for a tip on how to secure something bigger and in armor by the East Gate?
What? You already heard about that?
Wise I may not be, but well informed I am.
They'll get what's coming to them someday, believe me. But that's not why I'm here.
Do tell.
I want to know how to sneak into the palace. They've got to have some great stuff in there. Thought I'd partake.
Not one to mince words, are you, boy? The Empire protects all that's hers, and that means the palace and all the treasures inside.
That's why I'm gonna do it. To take back what's ours.
So, our champion of the sewers aspires to noble action. Admirable. Perhaps I can help you. Ah, now that I think on it, there was a rumor. Yes, a secret passageway into the palace walls, a door, and a magic stone that opens the way.
That's it. This is exactly why I came to talk to you first, Dallon. So, where's this, magic stone?
I don't know.
Oh, I've had it for years, if I can remember where I've tucked it away.
So like half of it is a cutscene, and then the other half of it, don't have to worry about me, I'll be better before you know it. Then the other half of it is written text. It's bizarre. May want to talk to the Moogle from the Cartographers Guild. The Southern Plaza before you leave for Giza. Can't hurt to have a map. Going to the Giza Plains, be careful. Okay. Right, so it looks like we're going to the Giza Plains first, and I do vaguely recall this. Let's see the Giza Plains. Right there, this will be easy. So, does this take me? Not there. Does that take me to the south gate? It does. Let's get our asses in there. So good, teleport speed, so that's really good. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to save it here. And before I get too excitable about this and going on to the Giza Plains and all that stuff, I'm actually going to do some grinding, and rather than doing it on camera and just being a tedious thing, I'm actually going to do it off. So I'm going to leave that there for now and come back once I've done a bit of grinding.